My little herbal tea when I talk about the sad news that everybody is talking about, everyone from Michelle Obama to Justin Timberlake reacting to the death of Stephen Twitch boss Ellen DeGeneres' show DJ, dead at the age of 40. The death ruled a suicide by the LA County Medical Examiner's Office.
This is just tragic, and I know that his wife has ties here in Utah. And they got married, what, 10 years ago on the show.
Just celebrated their 9th anniversary on Saturday with posts to each other. They posted a video recently on Sunday doing a TikTok dance together. But these two are so cute together. And Bree, she grew up in Orem. I grew up in Orem. You danced in Orem. And this is tough to talk about.
I think this hit the dance community and so many of us really hard. None of us expected this from him. And Allison is someone I've looked up to for a really long time as I was a little girl. She was that girl on stage that we would watch. And we were like, we want to be just like Allison. And then sitting together and doing an interview 10 years ago
Can we show that? So when they were just dating and they were on So You Think You Can Dance, where they met, they stopped by Good Things Utah to talk about their relationship. Take a look.
Welcome back. You better believe it. It is Twitch and Allison joining us here today. How are you guys?
We're good. How are you?
So good. So good to have you. Now, you might recognize them from Fox's So You Think You Can Dance. And now I'm going to break the news, but they've been dating. They've been dating. So there's love on and off the dance floor.
Wait, is that breaking news? How long have you been together?
We've been together 2.5 years.
Okay,
not
so
too breaking,
So
but
not too,
still
yeah.
new and fresh for some people.
Exactly.
Did you have to keep it quiet for a little while? Did you not want to let the other dancers know?
We actually technically had to keep it secret for just a little bit of time, about 3 months, because technically, contracts-wise...
Contractually speaking.
I was going to say,
but
there's
now it's
probably
fine.
legal
Now it's
reasons.
fine.
Oh, wait a second. On that show, there's a rule that you can't date each other.
Yeah.
Right, for a certain time period.
Wow. I mean, looking back at this niche and their love for each other, I mean, I said in this interview, the way he looks at her, it made both of us swoon. I mean, it was just watching their love from the beginning and becoming a fan. I mean, when he auditioned for So You Think You Can Dance, he was truly just a regular guy. And men in the dance community, especially 10 years ago, it was a little more taboo, right? You didn't see a lot of
It was
males
rare. It
dancing.
was definitely rare, something you don't always see, and they look so cute
Well, but
together.
when he started dancing, he paved a way. He was a trailblazer for so many males and made it so cool for these boys to want to dance, to want to hip hop, and then to want to do contemporary.
And then met Ellen and
Yes.
ended up as her sidekick on that show, eventually becoming one of her executive producers. And they became very close. She releasing a statement this morning, just absolutely heartbroken, like I know everybody is. The tough part about this is his, like you said, his bubbly personality, full of life, not
light.
something you would expect. And I was talking to my kids about it yesterday, and they follow Twitch and Allison on TikTok and watch every one of their dance moves. And my daughter called me and said, I don't understand. He looks so happy. And I think that's the tough part about social media, is we curate this image and you don't know what's going on behind the pretty pictures.
They did just post over Thanksgiving their beautiful children. They have a 3 and a 6-year-old and a 14-year-old. And that is tough. And you look at that picture and you think, this is just, they're living their best life, they're happy. But underneath the surface, there is a struggle. And I want to put up that number, 988. That's a number to call if you are struggling, if there are thoughts of suicide within your family, of yourself, that those 3-digit number can save your life.
I think be kind.
Did you wake up feeling, I mean, I woke up with a heavy, heavy heart this morning thinking, I know there's people in my life. I know there's people that I love and care about, and oftentimes even myself. Like, sometimes you need a hug. Sometimes you need just a text, just to pick you up. And it's important to reach out, and I think all of us are checking ourselves and realizing, you know, what we put out there on social media and what we perceive of those around us, not all the times is reality. And we need to be aware of each other. And I feel like mental illness is at an all-time high. And it just hurts my heart that so many out there are struggling. And I feel like I can relate. I mean, there's mental illness that I feel like anxiety and depression is there and it's real and so many struggle. And if you're struggling, I just want to give you a big hug today. Like, my heart is so heavy and full.
It's these high highs and these low lows, and you're right, you never know what someone is going through.
Yeah.
So be kind, be compassionate, and if you are struggling, reach out. So many people turn to therapy. I don't know the situation with Twitch.
Me
We
either.
don't know if his wife knew this was happening and he'd been working on it. But what we do know is that therapy is helpful. So when is the best time of day to see a therapist? Talk to someone, anyone, about what you are struggling with. And therapists say it depends on you. I thought this was so interesting. It's difficult to talk about these things, especially to a quote stranger. I think that's what a lot of people struggle with.
Yeah.
So think before what you want to say. Do you do that?
Before you go into the
Yes,
session?
do you do that?
So I have at times, but then I often think when you let it just kind of come up, when I try and plan it, my sessions don't go as well as when I just kind of organically go in and feel what my body needs to deal with that day and let it come up and deal with it as it comes.
I think I think about what I need to process, what is bugging me, what's in my gut. That usually kind of leads the session.
Yes, I like that.
Consider what processing looks like for you. If you're a morning person and that's when you process, book your appointment in the morning. If you can't do it, like we couldn't do that, do the afternoon. If it's hard for you to decompress, maybe you do some activity after.
Yes.
But this is one of those times that's important to say everything you need to say. So after is just as important as during.
Well, and nowadays it can be intimidating to sit in a stranger's office and to do that first time is always, oh no, I'm taking this jump, I'm going to try this out. But also Zoom is a possibility now. There's a lot of sessions that happen that way, and I
Have
think
you
that
done
might
that?
be less intimidating. I have done it, and I'm actually a big fan.
Okay, for some reason I did it once during the pandemic and I just like that one-on-one connection.
I'm
I don't
the
know
same
what
way.
I didn't feel it.
Oh, you
Like, I
didn't? Because I think being in someone's presence, it is different, right? But I do love the fact that I don't have to drive and I can get it into my schedule a little easier and still get that session done.
You can also discuss this with your therapist if you're thinking, when is the best time for me and what do you think? That's a good person to ask. When do you think the best time is for me to go to therapy and what's your schedule like? And I know they are so booked right now. So if this is something you're thinking about, make sure you book that appointment sooner than later.
Anyone you can talk to, I just think that we have dealt with suicide. I think everyone is touched in some way or fashion. And I think when you're in that moment, think about that moment will pass. Whatever you have to do, any kind of distraction, that heavy, deep, horrible feeling. But if you can just let it go for a minute and then something else better will happen.
Soraya, I was telling Stella yesterday, we were discussing this came up, and I said, people just lose hope. I think they lose hope and they get to the point where they feel so hopeless, and there's always hope. There's still always hope. So like
even
you're
in
saying,
that worst, darkest
yes.
moment and thought, just get through it. And I know it's not just, but that time will pass. And that number, again, 988.
I'm glad you shared that because we should also mention saying the word suicide, studies say, does not make someone think about suicide. We have to say it, and we have to talk
And we
about
have
it.
to talk
It's
about
important,
it.
not just today.
And even though it's a little heavy, it is important.
I
And
agree.
I'm glad that we did it. All right.